Hello again, welcome. Moon signs. Where to begin? Hold on. Let me close that door so it's a little bit quieter. Most people would probably restart the video, but that's way too much work. Moon signs. So I did a video in the last couple days about birth charts. Basically looking up your own particular picture of time and space of your astrological energies, your energies for this life. So everybody has so much more than their sun sign. I'm born June 14th, I'm a Gemini, it's my sun sign, but my moon is in a whole other sign. My Mercury is in a whole other sign, etc., etc. And the moon sign, whatever sign your moon is in, is extremely influential in your life. It rules your mother. You can find out a lot about your mom if you look at your moon sign and its house placement and aspects and stuff. That's a bit more complicated though. From the very beginning, if you know your moon sign and you know a little bit about that sign, it tells you how you handle emotions, how you handle yourself, your sense of self. It could tell you how psychic ability comes forth, because the moon is one of our prime planets for psychic ability, if not our prime, considering it's surrounding the Earth. It's orbiting the Earth and has been for, I don't even know how long, millions of years, I'm guessing. And is involved in the movement of water on Earth, the tides, the menstrual cycle. Yeah, so in any case, knowing your moon sign allows you to know your emotions, basically. For example, my moon is in Cancer, which I'll do a video for because it just serves a lot more than just this little blurb. But for example, my emotions are very watery, very Cancerian. I like to make sure everybody's okay and taken care of, and I like to really extend nurturing energies out, watery energies out, to heal, to make people just be happy, to just, to just relax and love themselves and embrace themselves. So that also, like I was saying, if you know your moon sign, you know how you handle emotions. I'm a very emotional person, at least on that plane of being, on the moon plane of being. The moon's energy is how they're hitting me. I'm a very watery, it's a very watery energy. Which is just one aspect of my life. That's the cool thing. Again, astrology never seeks to limit, never seeks to define. The old adage saying goes, the stars incline, they do not compel. So that's really cool. But let's see. Moon sign. What else do you need to know? Oh, okay, so some little tidbits about the moon. The moon is not geologically active. That's why it has all of its craters. That's why its surface is very old. Geologically active planets are constantly undergoing some kind of plate tectonics or some kind of geological activity underneath the surface. So the moon is not geologically active. From what I know, it has a wide varying range of temperatures, from the part that is facing the sun, the dark side of the moon. What else do I know about it? It's the closest astronomical body to the Earth. The theory of how it was formed is actually, the most widespread that I've heard is that a giant object came and hit the Earth at one point, and a huge part of the mantle and the crust and just a huge section of the Earth basically got knocked out of the body that used to be the Earth, old ancient Earth, I guess you could say, and that formed the moon after millions of years of cooling and orbiting and whatnot. First human beings, as far as we know, hit the Earth 1969. What else is useful? Watery planet, it rules Cancer, a water sign. It deals with the psyche, the subconscious, the unconscious, psychic abilities, your mother, water energies in general, emotions. Can't really think of anything else about the astronomical body itself. But in any case, I encourage you to check out your moon sign, because that's a whole other aspect of who you are. And yeah, it's good to know and to explore. And I hope that once you start exploring with your moon sign, you move on to Mercury and Venus and all the other planets, because only when you see all of the planets and their energies, and you know even just a little bit about their energies working together, that's when you really get a huge sense of who you are. Well, you get it's true, you get a huge sense of who you are. You get a great tool. I mean, you may already have great feelings of centeredness and oneness, but this just furthers that. Knowing your moon sign. What does moon in Aries mean? What does moon in Taurus mean? People have moon signs that are completely different. Well, can be completely different from their sun signs. And so they might be seeing a side of themselves that was never explained astrologically. It was never, explained in newspaper horoscopes and whatever. For example, Sun in Gemini, Moon in Cancer, very different energies. And for me, I always felt a kinship to Cancer, even though I before never saw my birth chart. So I had no idea that I had Moon in Cancer. I had no idea you could even have a moon in a sign. I check my birth chart, I see it, and just, really clicks, really resonates. In fact, I would only read Gemini, Cancer, and Leo, because I felt they all applied to me, and those are my three main signs. Sun sign Gemini, Moon sign Cancer, like I mentioned, and rising or ascendant Leo. So the journey just begins with knowing your moon sign, but there's so much to find out from knowing your particular moon sign too. So this video's gone on long enough. I hope you found out some interesting things about the moon. If I think of anything else, I will add them. I have a feeling I'm forgetting some stuff, so it'll come up. Otherwise, I've finished all the sun sign series, so now I'm starting the moon sign series, and hopefully very soon all of the moon signs will be up there. It'll be underneath this video in the little playlist in the Indigo Aquario corner, or just search for your moon if you know it, your moon sign. And if you don't know it and you don't know how to get a birth chart, that's a whole other video, but I'll tell you the bit you need to know now. alabe.com, alabe.com/free chart. That's just one service. It's my favorite because it gives little descriptions. But if you don't know your moon sign, search there, get your birth chart, and it'll show you. It'll say, if you just scroll down on the little Alabe thing, moon in, and if you don't have an accurate birth time, don't look at the rising sign, but otherwise it's all there. I guess one last interesting fact. Some of the planets in our solar system have tons of moons, 20, 30, we have one, and it is extremely important in our general being as a planet and as souls on this planet. Last night a full moon occurred, and there have been psychological studies. Police have corroborated data that supports the theory and well, now it's just the statistic that a full moon impacts the world much more effectively than a not full moon. For example, basically, intense crimes, psychological, murder to suicide, all of that goes up with full moons. Tides are impacted. In general, in my experience, I experience a heightening of emotion. I see the moon's influence on the earth at that time really opening up and really exploding. Not necessarily a bad way, but just, I mean, for the last day we had a full moon and I've been feeling very much the moon's energy. Very just watery, very changing, a lot of phases. And knowing what sign the moon, that's one last bit I could actually add to this video. Following the moon in its phases is a very helpful thing for understanding what's going on in the world. I usually know what the moon sign is for every day, even just a rough idea of, well, I don't know exactly when, but it's going in between Virgo and Libra today, I know that. The moon spends 2.5 days in each sign. So after 2.5 days, we're in a new emotional, watery, well, not even necessarily water, it could be in a fire sign or air, but we're in a new emotional energy. The moon is giving us a new energy to grow and work with. Yeah, knowing the phases of the moon is a whole other aspect. I mean, moon astrology is really wonderful, really interesting, and just knowing it's, you know, the waning crescent phase and what that means and in what sign it is, and that's more advanced stuff. I mean, just knowing your moon sign, that's the beginning, and that's wonderful and advanced in its own right. But there's so much more to be known about the moon. Even for me, there's so much more to be known. All of the time I'm finding out new things. Just learning about, you know, first quarter, last quarter, and what sign they're in, what that means. Once it hits full moon, what happens, and what do the energies mean, and if it's in this sign and it's in a post-full moon phase, pre-new moon, what does that mean? Again, there's a whole other world to discover. So if you're interested in that, please Google moon phases, what sign is the moon in today. Go to A-Lab and just search for the energies of today. They have actually a little current transit chart, which basically means the current energies right now. But yeah, there's a whole other world with the moon. Represented by the Greek goddess Hecate. Yeah, so in any case, I'll probably do another video in the future. I don't know how close in the future, but I'll do another video about moon phases, like, yeah, there'll be definitely more moon videos, so. In any case, hope you find your moon sign. That would be really cool. I will begin posting on the different moon signs very soon, and they will be up eventually, probably 2 weeks or so, all of them, so that's all I can think of. So, sincerely, have a wonderful day. I missed a word in there. I sincerely hope you have a wonderful day. Love that is infinite, just like you and me, and namaste. Have a wonderful lunar emotional day. Take care. Until next time.